Today we are going to talk about how to sell a business for millions, a life-changing exit. I've been involved in many business sales. I've sold some businesses myself. I've seen businesses that have sold for a lot of money. I'm going to tell you what really goes on behind the scenes, what the buyers actually look for, and why do most businesses never sell. So the truth is that less than 30% of businesses that are put up for sale, that they've created documents, they've maybe hired a broker, they've got accountants and lawyers all ready to go, less than 30% of businesses ever sell. You wouldn't think that if you looked at the media. It looks like every single day someone's selling their company for millions or life-changing amounts of money. We hear about the success stories, we hear about the M&A industry being hot or not, and we think, oh, there must be this kind of thing that happens called selling your business, and you just flick a switch when you're ready to sell your business. You just tell someone you want to sell it, like a house, you put it on the market and then someone buys it. That almost never happens. It's very, very rare because most people do not prepare their business for sale. Most entrepreneurs are not building something that's saleable. So let's talk about the 3 things that you absolutely need if you're going to sell your business. Okay, thing number 1 is called a proprietary asset. Proprietary asset is that your business does something that it's known for, that it's special, it's developed something within the business that is very, very hard to compete with because it's got a proprietary advantage. It's got a proprietary asset. So what does that mean? It means that you've got things like a brand, a system, you've got products. All of these things have been developed by your business. You own the rights to them, and these are unique proprietary assets that your business owns. So if we think about all the examples of businesses that have sold over the last few years, the big ones, the famous ones, they've got things like software they've produced. They've got databases that they have. They've got intellectual property that they've registered or developed. They've got media assets that they own. So these are some of the big things that people own, right? This is the owned key asset. So your business needs to have some assets that are unique to the business and you own them. That's thing number 1. Number 2 is you need to have a core team, and the core team have to be loyal to the business, not to the founder. Because if the founder's going to ride off into the sunset, we need that core team to stick around and run the business. No one wants to buy a business where everyone just jumps ship and leaves. You need to have a core team that is beyond the point of being called founder dependent. So how big is that team? Here's the scary thing for a lot of entrepreneurs. You need to have about 30 to 40 people in a team before a buyer considers that it's no longer founder dependent. So when you have a team of like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, if the founder leaves, it's very typical that the top 2, 3, 4 people are going to leave as well. Maybe they're going to follow the founder to the next business, or maybe they're going to go off and start their own business. But essentially, it's very, very normal for a team of 10 to halve when that founder leaves. It's not a good look if you've just bought the business for £1 million or $1 million for half the team to just walk out. So they don't want that to happen. Once you hit about 30 to 40 people, it typically is the case that still 3 or 4 people are going to leave, but 3 or 4 people is now only 10 to 15% of the team, not 50% of the team. So what the buyer is looking for is that the team will still stick around after the sale goes through and that there's a good, strong core team. So you normally need 30 to 40 people or more in order to achieve what the buyer is looking for with that core team. Okay, the third thing that the buyers want is they want predictable revenue streams. They want to go to a CFO and say, can you please do a financial model into the future for this business? And the CFO very quickly understands these are the products, this is how much they are priced at, and this is the forecast for the future performance of the business. And essentially, what they're looking for is a really simple spreadsheet where you kind of plug in all the information, you drag it off to the right, and it just says, yep, this business continues to make money all the way into month 36, month 48, month 60. We can see exactly how this business is going to perform. And what they want to do is they want to say, okay, how do we make this business perform even better? Do we add more advertising spend? Do we hire more employees? What do we do to kind of grow this business? And what CFOs love is really simple business models where it's super easy to see how the business grows and expands and becomes more profitable. Now, in order for that to be super simple, super easy, the most predictable revenue stream model is called a subscription revenue model or a recurring revenue stream model. If your business has subscription revenue or recurring revenue contracts, that is the favorite thing for a CFO to model into the future. Businesses that sell packages or one-off sales or products are much, much harder for them to model into the future with certainty for the CFO. Remember, the CFO is not an entrepreneur. The CFO is someone who looks at spreadsheets and they want predictable certainty into the future. So for them, the easiest business model for them to look at is a subscription or recurring revenue business model. So if you want to sell your business for the most amount of money, you're looking at subscription revenue or recurring revenue from proprietary assets with a core team of more than 30 people. And that puts you in a very good position to be selling your business for a life-changing amount of money. So if you want to know a little bit more about building proprietary assets, building your team, getting those recurring revenue streams, the two books that I wrote that really relate to this is 24 Assets and Entrepreneur Revolution, the new edition in particular that's just come out. So check out those two books, and that will really point you in the direction of proprietary assets, recurring revenue streams, and building your core team. And just for my feedback, I'd love to know, what in this video did you find most valuable? What stood out for you as one of the best ideas that you can action?